Hello and welcome to the last quarterfinal of this very special edition. First contestant, a past winner of Cricket and Football edition, back here making it a truly international quiz out here from down under, from Australia. Give it up for Anirban Dasgupta.
Yes. Hello.
Which city, Anirban, right now?
I'm in Bunbury.
Bunbury.
Yes.
Bunbury. Okay. With that, we go to another ex-finalist of movies edition. Give it up for Shantanu.
Hello, brother. Nice to meet all of you. Hi, Anirban.
Hello.
With that, another someone who's been a semi-finalist earlier. Give it up for Sulagna Vishal.
Hello. Sorry.
Hello.
मुझे भी ऑन करना था, मैं भूल गई थी, मुझे लगा मैं अपने आप आ जाऊंगी. Hi everyone.
Hello.
All the best.
आज funny है आके बोलने के लिए. Disgraceful when and if I lose, so because not there to do that. Yes, I'm calm. I'm like chilled.
Yeah. With that, ex-finalist a couple of times. Give it up for Vishal Dayama.
Oh, bringing the energy down. ये भी हर आंसर से पहले फ्लिपकार्ट बोलना क्या?
Feel free to promote Flipkart. Chalo, all the best. Anirban, Shantanu, Sulagna Vishal. Let's have fun. Fourth quarter final of this Flipkart Presents special edition of Kvizzing with the Comedians. 20 questions. We all know. First half order will be Anirban, Shantanu, Sulagna Vishal. Second half order will be Vishal, Sulagna, Shantanu, Anirban. Chalo, let's begin. First question to Anirban. Sanrio is a Japanese company that designs, licenses and produces products focusing on the kawaii, which means cute segment of Japanese popular culture. The company started out selling silk in the 1960s, but soon expanded to selling rubber sandals with flowers painted on them. The founder noticed that sandals with cute designs sold more, and he hired cartoonists to design cute characters for his merchandise in response to demand. Which character owned by Sanrio is their most famous and always has been the highest contributor to their sales?
शांतनु को बड़े दिनों बाद देख रहा
Food segment का ही.
Man, I have no idea. Is it Peppa Pig?
Not Peppa Pig. Going to Shantanu.
Is it Hello Kitty?
It is Hello Kitty. 10 points there to Shantanu. It is Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty.
The one answer I knew.
Nice acting by Shantanu.
Yeah.
That's not said as much as you think. So thank you. Nice acting.
Hello Kitty, the most popular character. 10 points. First 10 points on board. Next direct will be to Sulagna. Talking about two great masters, the rivalry between the two great masters began in the early 16th century when both X and Y were hired to paint vast battle scenes on the same wall of the council hall in Florence's Palazzo Vecchio. The two artists were in direct competition as they each completed their commission. At the time of the commission in 1503, X was in his early 50s and was well known throughout Europe. He was commissioned to paint a huge wall painting of the Battle of Anghiari, a scene from the recent wars between Florence and Milan. Then just a year later, Y, aged only 29 and something of a prodigy, was commissioned to paint the Battle of Cassina, a 14th century conflict between Florence and Pisa on the same wall. Who are these two artists, X and Y?
Michelangelo.
One is Michelangelo, the other
one? 1 second, can I think a little? I'm thinking of Italian names. Da Vinci.
Yes, full 10 points to Sulagna. It is Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. Da Vinci was the senior artist and Michelangelo was the prodigy. Da Vinci and Michelangelo. Okay, Full 10 points again. Now we are going to Vishal. Vishal, the X Trail is the name given to the overland journey taken by members of a particular subculture and others from the mid 1950s to the late 1970s, mainly from Turkey through Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India to Nepal. One of the key elements was traveling as cheaply as possible, mainly to extend the length of time away from home. Then there is a map. Have a look at the map, look at the text. Tell me what is X, what trail?
So that key element has something to do with X, no?
Which key element?
Like this traveling as cheaply as possible.
Ha.
एक second. This is not covered. But, on foot trail.
Not the on foot trail. Going to Anirban.
Hippie.
Hippie trail. That is correct. 10 points there to Anirban. If you see the map, they're going to Kathmandu, Goa, Banaras, Dhaka, Bangkok. The hippie trail. Okay. Super. Beautiful answer. Anirban gets 10 points for hippie. And we go to Shantanu. Okay. Which Indian community is believed to have derived its name from the number 29, as they follow a set of 29 principles / commandments given by Guru Jambeshwar, also known as Guru Jamboji?
No idea. This is the Jamboji is not even familiar. I've not heard of this guru at all. So I'm just gonna say this is the Sindhi community.
Not the Sindhi community. Going to Sulagna.
Is it the Sikhs?
The sixth.
Yeah.
No. Going to Vishal.
Is it Jan?
Not Jains. Going to Anirban.
I've run out of religion.
Hindu.
Community. Okay.
Classic communist Anirban. I've run out of it.
+1 to KV.
Okay. Okay, no idea. Pass.
Okay, we'll give a hint. Start with Shantanu again. So hint is think of 29 as a combination of 20 and 9. Okay, 29, and then think what can derive from a combination of 20 and 9, like literally. And what community can you think? Don't think of like major religions. Think of a surname / community. 29.
The big Bijnoris.
Not Bijnoris, but good track. Like Sulagna.
मेरा भी वही था बिश्नोई.
Bishnoi.
Ah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Right hand to Sulagna. And no, Bishnoi. Okay.
मैं 29 कर रहा था तो उसमें कुछ आ गया था.
The 29 community is also the more Jambeshwar को नहीं मानते.
मैंने भी 29 लिखा था. मुझसे 29.
Oh, man.
Bishnoi. Okay. Bishnoi. Sulagna gets 5 points. Now, next up, we will go to Vishal. Vishal, I'm talking about a certain symbol. Okay. The symbol is known by various other names, including St. John's arms and Bowen knot. In Nordic countries, it is used as an indicator of cultural locations and places of interest. The symbol, and now this is the visual also, the symbol is also apparently inspired by the shape of Bornholm Castle as seen from above looking down. So that castle that you see on the right. Which symbol from the world of tech are we talking about? So which symbol from the world of tech is supposedly inspired by this castle, how it looks from above looking down at the
One second. समझ नहीं रहा है. Airbnb.
Not Airbnb. Going to Anirban.
Is it the command key?
Beautiful answer. It is the command key.
Oh,
You can
Wow.
see
wow.
right in front of you.
Beauty.
Yes. Yeah.
Command key symbol. Okay, the Mac command
Wow.
key.
ये दो यार,
I'm
send him.
checking it right now.
Yeah.
भेज दो सेमीफाइनलिस्ट को, बंद करो quiz.
अरे नहीं नहीं, मेरे को क्या भेजो, मैं अपना लैपटॉप में देख के बताया. It's almost illegal. This is.
No, it's right here. Okay, command key symbol. Anirban gets 10 points, and I go to Shantanu. Shantanu, talking about a certain Olympic tradition. During the 1956 Summer Olympics at Melbourne, the IOC received an anonymous letter from a 17-year-old. That year, the Olympics suffered its first boycott when a number of countries pulled out of the games as a protest against Russia invading Hungary and also because of the Suez crisis. This letter encouraged the Olympics to do something unprecedented. So the letter actually had a suggestion. The suggestion was adopted and it has been followed ever since. 30 years later, a Chinese named John Yang Wing introduced himself as the writer of that letter. What Olympic tradition did this guy's suggestion lead to?
Pass.
Passing to Sulagna.
Is it the playing of the national anthem when the contestants win? Like from a particular
No.
country?
Playing of the national anthem? No. Going to Vishal?
Is it the torch? Like,
Not the torch. Going to Anirban?
Is it athletes playing under IOC flag?
No. Okay, we'll do one more round starting with Shantanu. So the idea was that the reason he suggested something was because he realized that a lot of these countries are at conflict with each other because of Cold War and they were like boycott, etc. So he wanted to do something which basically increased friendship amongst athletes. Okay, so he suggested something. He suggested that at a certain point, the athletes should mingle. Okay, so that's where his suggestion comes from. We'll take one round with that hint. Okay. So just to recap, his suggestion was to increase friendship and people getting to know each other. So he said at this point in Olympic, people should sort of mingle with each other and all that, which led to a tradition that they still follow. What are we talking about?
Conti party. The pre-Olympic pre-Olympic dinner where meant for mingling.
No, not pre-Olympic dinner, because now I'm looking for something very specific.
he created WhatsApp group.
Going to Sulagna.
Is it the opening ceremony?
Not the opening ceremony. Going to Vishal.
Is it सबको Olympic Village में रुकवाओ? Like
Not
create.
the Olympic Village Panda. Good guess. Anirban.
Oh, not Olympic Village?
No.
No idea. Pass.
Okay, are you passing? Okay. I want to give some points to Sulagna because she was very close, but we'll see. So no. Okay, not the opening ceremony. Opening ceremony, every country walks together with their flag and the whole team is together. Actually, they mingle during the closing parade.
Oh.
Okay, so the suggestion that the athletes from all
आगे पीछे हो जाता है थोड़ा बहुत.
closing parade, because if you ever like watch the closing parade, they don't come in silos like with their own country. Everyone mingles with each other, and that became a tradition. This is something that this guy had suggested. So no, so I won't give points to anyone on this, which means the next direct will again come to Anirban because command key sim. No, sorry, it will be Shantanu's direct, right? It was Shantanu's direct. So this will be Shantanu's question. The model 1931 cavalry sword was the last type of sword issued to US cavalry. Commonly known as the X-saber after its designer, it had been influenced by the French heavy cavalry sword of the Napoleonic Wars. X, who underwent a training in swordsmanship in France, suggested the revision from a curved sword and edge and cutting technique to a thrusting style of attack. You need to tell me X, who is an American military World War hero, but also had a 1970 Oscar-winning movie made after him. Made and also named after him. That's an extra hint I'm adding for all four of you. The movie name and the person name and X, everything is the same.
No, blanking. Pass.
Okay, passing to Sulagna.
Just थोड़ा सा time. Pass.
Passing to Vishal.
चमक ही नहीं रहा कुछ. John नहीं pass.
Going to Anirban.
Pass.
Okay, cool. We'll take one more round. I think there's no point adding more of his like war hints. So I'm making it simple. This is a one-word movie. One-word war movie biopic. And the movie starts with P. P for Perth. Okay. So one-word war movie biopic starts with P based on this general's life. So General Dash. You would keep seeing this character in any American World War II stories. Like there was Eisenhower and there was other something and this guy starts with P.
Yeah. 1 minute. Huh?
Parvez.
This is like today's Wordle.
Pass. Pass.
Okay, P for pass. Going to Sulagna.
Philip.
Not Philip. Going to Vishal.
Nice try.
Captain Philip.
This is I know it's not the movie, but is it Patni Swope? Patni Swope.
No. Going to Anirban.
Patni swap is Ajnabi, bro.
Patni. जो Robert Downey Senior वाले.
Patni swap is Ajnabi. Oh my God.
Part 2 आना चाहिए इस नाम से.
Okay, Anirban.
Pratt.
Not Pratt.
Okay.
Okay, we are closing this. The answer is Patton. Okay. Patton.
Oh.
George Patton. Movie is called Patton. Won the best actor, best movie, bunch of things. 7 Oscars. Okay, Patton. Which means we'll come back again to Shantanu for the next question. Shantanu, this originated from a technical limitations in NASA in the 1980s. It was developed when storing was expensive on ARPANET's space mailing list. The presumption was that new users would download archived past messages. In practice, the users tended to post questions in the mailing list instead of searching its archives. Repeating the right answers became tedious and went against developing netiquettes. So this was developed between 1982 and 1985 by NASA for the space mailing list. What origin are we talking about? What am I talking about?
Is this FAQs?
Beautiful answer. It is FAQ. Super. This
Very
is the
nice.
start of FAQs. Okay, the FAQ started.
Nice.
Beautiful answer. Okay, that brings us to the end of the first half. Very quick quiz. Let's have a quick look at the score as well. On the back of Hippie 10 points and Command Key symbol 10 points, Anirban is on 20. Shantanu with FAQs and Hello Kitty is also on 20. Sulagna with 10 on Da Vinci and Michelangelo, and 5 for Bishnoi is on 15, and Vishal is yet to start scoring. Okay, but the difference is just 2 questions, 20, 20, 15, 0. So anything can happen. Very, very close quiz. Now we'll change the order for the second half. Order will be Vishal, Sulagna, Shantanu, Anirban. Okay, let's start with Vishal. X's first novel was written on a dare. After an adolescence spent reading books and writing stories, X's sister, Madge, dared her sibling to attack a novel-length project. X accepted the challenge and wrote The Mysterious Affair at Styles, a mystery featuring a soldier on sick leave who finds himself embroiled in a poisoning at a friend's estate. The novel was rejected by 6 publishers before being printed in 1920? Who is X?
Agatha Christie.
That is correct. First 10 points for Vishal on board. We are talking about Agatha Christie's first novel, rejected by 6 publishers before it got printed. Okay, Vishal gets 10 points. And now we come to Sulagna. Sulagna, in 2019, a paper published in the journal Biology Letters described the fossil of a X that lived somewhere around 16 to 19 million years ago. The bones were originally found in 2008, but they were misidentified as an eagle because no one assumed that there would be a X that big. The bird, believed to be about 15 pounds, is now affectionately referred to as Squawkzilla. Squawkzilla. Which bird are we talking about?
Duck.
Not a duck. Shantanu.
Oh, damn.
Duck. It's a goose.
Not a goose. Going to Anirban.
Crow.
Not a crow. Going to Vishal.
Parrot.
Beautiful answer. It is parrot. 10 points there to Vishal.
दोनों quack करते हैं duck. Squawk parrot करता है. मैं भी उसी में confused हो गया.
Squawkzilla was actually a giant parrot. Okay. Brilliant. With that,
हमारे
Vishal-
इंडिया वाले तो पूरी हिंदी में बात करते हैं, ऐसी बात नहीं है.
Squawkzilla. Okay. 10 point there to Vishal. Now the score is 20-20, 15-20. Well, probably the closest quarterfinal in this edition so far.
बचे हैं ना अभी क्वेश्चन.
हाँ, बहुत कुछ है. Vishal gets 10 points for parrot, which means next direct will be to Sulagna. So now the etymology of the name X is unclear. It might be traced back to the ancient Greek meaning wild boar, as the Greeks, who were the first recorded colonists to populate the island, called it whatever. It could also derive from Latin meaning goats. The Romans called it Goat Island. So we're talking about an island. Which Italian isle that lends its name to a type of pants that rose to popularity there in the late 1950s and early 1960s? So type of pants derives its name from an island, and then there are a bunch of hints for the island.
Like pants for men or women?
Hmm.
Can you give that? Okay, just general. Okay, give me some time.
Goat Island.
It's not a brand. It's a type of pant, right?
Yeah, not a brand.
Capri.
Capri, that is correct. 10 points there.
Thank God.
Beautiful deduction. It is
Nice.
Capri. Okay. Capri is the name of the island, and it's in the Bay of Naples. And yeah, name of a type of pant. Goat, like Vishal said, goat. Capri, Capricorn. That's why you have goat in Capricorn. Okay, Capri is correct. 10 points there to Sulagna, and we go to Shantanu. A slightly long question. English entrepreneur Michael Aldrich was a pioneer of this phenomenon, which resulted in more than 4.9 trillion USD transactions last year specifically. Okay, so he's pioneer of something that resulted in more than 4.9 trillion USD transaction last year. I mean, just to clarify, it's not that something happened last year. It's like transaction. His system connected a modified TV to a real-time processing computer via a domestic telephone line. Via video text, he also enabled closed corporate information systems to be open to outside correspondents, not just for transaction processing, but also for e-messaging and information retrieval and dissemination. Basically, what he did was, because of his work, it made transaction processing between two parties much easier compared to all the struggle before. What did he basically start, which goes all the way back to 1979? Like, he started in some sense, obviously got better with time, and now, so, as you can see, 4.1 trillion USD transaction happened in this phenomenon. But what is he a pioneer of in some sense?
I don't know. Bank transfer, net banking.
Net banking, no. Passing to Anirban.
Is it card swiping?
Card typing, no. Going to Vishal.
Is it telemarketing?
Not telemarketing. Sulagna.
Is it the use of CVV codes? Like,
Use of CVV, no. Okay, we'll do one more round starting with Shantanu. Essentially, what he can get credit for is we are talking about something that was and still is done offline as well. Okay, a lot of it is done offline, but in some sense, what he started helped people to do this online as well. So we're talking about a certain online activity that a lot of us do, but a lot of us also do it offline. So it's not a very specific online thing. And last year, almost like every year, it's a huge thing. For example, like 4.9 trillion USD transaction. All of you are in the zone, like, but you also in fact do use CVV most likely when you do this. Okay. Should we take a round or should I give more hints? And just to clarify, like I said in the beginning, no, it's not that this became a thing in 1979. It became a thing much later, almost 2 decades later. But the system that he put in place, the technology that he put in place is helped people to sort of develop this.
Online shopping.
Yes, perfect. Exact answer I was looking for. Is the pioneer
oh,
of online shopping. So it made transaction between two parties easier, which led to online shopping.
CVV उसमें भी use होता है, was a bit of a given.
मैंने भी वही लिखा.
Online shopping, which later कोई reaction नहीं आ रहा था तो मैं ऐड किए जा रहा था.
हाँ नहीं अच्छा है, करते रहो.
Which later turned to today's e-commerce, and one of the leaders of e-commerce, of course, is Flipkart. Okay, 5 points to Shantu for online shopping. This direct will be Anirban. Anirban, to avoid arousing the suspicions of the USA and its allies, preparations for the Pokhran 2 nuclear tests were done with utmost secrecy, and code names were given to everyone and everything. For example, the thermonuclear shaft was named White House, and the first sub-kiloton device was named Kumbhkaran. What code name was assigned to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam that resembles the name of an Indian emperor whose kingdom extended from Satluj River in the west to the Betwa River in the east, according to many historians? So which Indian emperor inspired the code name of APJ Abdul Kalam during the Pokhran 2 test preparation?
Ashoka.
Not Ashoka. Going to Vishal.
Is it Ram?
Not Ram. Going to Sulagna.
Chandragupta Maurya.
Not Chandragupta Maurya. Shantanu.
कुंभकर्ण से कंफ्यूजन हो गया.
No idea. Pass.
Okay, we'll start again now with Anirban for 5 points. So hint is his capital was the modern city of Ajmer. Okay, so Rajasthan, Gujarat, that area is what we are talking about. Should I give more hints or should we take a round?
No, I think works.
Okay. So the hint is obviously it's not Ashoka, Chandragupta Maurya, and Ajmer was the capital city of this king, and essentially his territory was in and around modern day Rajasthan, Gujarat.
Maharana Pratap.
Not Maharana Pratap. Good guess. Going to Vishal.
Oh yeah.
हिंट ले लेना चाहिए था.
भाई बाकियों का हिंट ब्लॉक क्योंकि आंसर नहीं आता.
Sorry guys. I thought Ajmer से Maharana Pratap. Jai Singh.
Not Jai Singh. Going to Sulagna.
Prithviraj Chauhan.
Yes, of course. Prithviraj Chauhan. 5 point there. To, I
मुझे
wanted to say Akshay Kumar as
बोलना दे.
a like,
Yeah.
he was
I know
named.
this. I know this because of Bollywood guys.
I was so tempted to say like hint me Akshay Kumar. Then I thought it'll be too
I
obvious.
can't even बोला बहुत obvious होता है.
Major G Prithviraj. He was called after Prithviraj Chauhan. Okay, insane quiz. Like I am. Every other quarterfinal, like there was a competition between 2 people, 3 people. This is the only one where all 4 of you are neck to neck. Like, and just 3 questions left. Even at this point, you are 20, 25, 30, 20. It's that close. Okay. Okay. So Lana gets 5 points for Prithviraj Chauhan. Going to Shantanu now. Shantanu, in terms of how the stories are narrated, how are the following Sherlock Holmes stories different than the rest? So these 4 stories are different from all the other Sherlock Holmes stories in some sense. His Last Bow, The Adventure of the Mazarine Stone, The Adventure of the Lion's Mane, and The Adventure of the Blanched Soldier.
In terms of how the stories are narrated, are these stories not told from the POV of Holmes and Watson? Are they like a third person sort of narrative?
Very, very close. I'll see if no one gives a better answer, then I'll give you most of the points. Going to Anirban.
So what Shantanu said is almost right.
Yeah. But if someone gives up the specific answer, what Shantanu said, correct me if I'm wrong, Shantanu, you said that these are the only stories which are not from the POV of Holmes or Watson, it's by some third person.
Correct.
That's how
Yeah.
So we'll go to Anirban with like yeah.
It's from the POV of Moriarty.
No, going to Vishal.
They don't start with Watson's blog or journal entry.
Again, very good answer. Okay, I'll come back to you. Sulagna.
Are they from the perspective of the landlady?
No. Okay, cool. I won't take a round. I'll just give 5 to Shantanu and close this. Okay. Because Shantanu was very close, but he included Holmes and everyone else. Essentially, all Sherlock Holmes stories are narrated by Watson. Okay. These are the only 4 stories not narrated by Watson. That's what I was looking for. Stories not narrated by Dr. Watson, not from his this thing. But Shantanu was very, very close. Had he only said Watson, I would have given him 8, 10, in fact, and closed it. But I'm giving 5 to Shantanu and closing it. Okay. Which means the next direct will now come to Anirban. And when we are talking about a certain logo, okay, it depicts the upward mobility with the arrow, showing upwards, conveying it can break all barriers. In summary, it puts emphasis on the ambitions and aspirations in realm of this particular dimension. The name is written in Devanagari and English with the latter, which is the English latter, in a stylized font called Prakrata, resembling the Devanagari script to create a balance in design. Whose logo or what logo are we discussing?
The name is written in Devanagari and English, both.
Yes. Depicts the upward mobility with the arrow, conveying it can break all barriers. Puts emphasis on the ambitions and aspirations of this particular dimension. Name is written in Devanagari and English. The English one is stylized just to make it look similar to Devanagari to create a balance in this.
No idea. Pass.
Passing to Vishal.
And I have 2 guesses. Is it Air India?
Not Air India. Going to Sulagna.
I know it's not, but Grow app. I don't know.
Okay. No. Going to Shantanu.
No idea. Pass.
Okay, we'll start with Anirban once again and make it a 5-point question. So this is an Indian government like an organization that works with like within Indian government. So there's an Indian government, and now think of upward mobility dimension, breaking barriers, upward mobility can break all barriers dimension. These are the main hints. And the logo has both English and Hindi. And
ISRO.
ISRO, that is correct. 5 point there to Anirban. We're talking about the ISRO logo.
Beautiful.
Talking about ISRO logo. Okay, ISRO logo.
प्रकृता अच्छा font है यार.
Yeah. Okay, next question to Vishal. This dress / fashion trend may have been inspired by one of the first women to fly in an airplane. At a 1908 Wright brothers demonstration in Le Mans, France, Mrs. Edith Ogilvy Berg asked for a ride and became the first American woman to fly as a passenger in an airplane, soaring for 2 minutes and 7 seconds. According to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, a French fashion designer was inspired by the way Mrs. Berg walked away from the aircraft and created this dress based on her ingenuity. It was called so because it seemed to dash any woman as she walked. What was the name of the dress?
Envy.
No, passing to Sulagna.
कोई और क्वेश्चन बचेगा?
नहीं, last है.
Oh shit.
Please तो सोचने दो थोड़ा एक second. It's a dress, not a skirt or a shirt or anything like that. It's a dress.
No. It can be like it's a clothing item.
Any gown.
Yeah.
Okay.
पूछ लो यार एक दो और.
ऑडियंस से लॉग इन कर सकते हैं.
So this dash you've hidden, but it's not like because it would
Dash
give
is
away.
the answer. Like it's a you get the dash also. That's the answer.
What did you say? If you get the dash also?
You know the answer if you know the dash.
Oh. As she walked. चलते वक्त क्या करते कपड़े? Is it an A-line dress?
No, going to Shantanu.
So much for nothing.
No idea. Just the blank is not the name of the dress, no?
The blank is part of the dress.
The blank is part of the name of the dress.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say it was a jumpsuit.
Not
because
jump.
It would suit any woman as she walked.
Much better than mine.
Going to Anirban.
Is it follow?
Not follow. Okay, so this is a dash skirt. Okay, we are starting again with Vishal for 5 points. A dash skirt. Okay, and it was in a way that when a woman walked, it seemed to dash any woman or the woman. It starts with H. Okay.
Starts with H.
H. So woman, it seemed to dash any woman. It also seemed that the woman is dashing, or it's an awkward way of walking basically. So once, for example, if you have injury and when you walk, what do you call that awkward walk?
Haste.
Haste skirt. No, going to Sulagna.
चलो भाई.
Can you just give the walking wala hint again? What you said about
So basically the word means when someone walks in an awkward way. That starts with H. Like for example, if you are injured and the way you'll walk, it's like Sulagna is dashing to her room.
So when you're injured, then how you will walk?
Yeah, starts with H, an awkward way of walking.
Hem skirt.
What?
Hem skirt.
Insert? No, going to Shantanu.
If you're injured, are you hopping? Is it a hop skirt? That's not.
Very close, but no, going to Anirban.
Just 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh man, so is it Hocus Pocus?
Oh man. Okay. It's a hobble skirt.
Oh
Okay.
fuck!
Whoa.
Hobble.
Hobble when you hobble skirts. Okay. Hobble skirt also inspired the design of Coca-Cola bottles. They are also called hobble
यहाँ पे
skirt.
मैं wobble लिखा है.
Hobble. H बोला ना H.
Wow.
हाँ लेकिन वो hobble आया ही नहीं.
No
Oh,
wonder
H.
you got out of fashion.
Yeah.
With the amount of words with H I've written with HA, HI, HU.
मैंने highway skirt भी लिखा हुआ है मतलब.
Oh shit.
Hobble skirt.
Adam skirt I've written.
Oh
सब
man.
कुछ लिखा है.
Hobble
Hurry
skirt.
skirt.
Cool. Let's have a look at the score. Anirban had 20 in the first half. He got 5 more for ISRO logo. Anirban ends on 25. Vishal had 0 in the first half, but he got Parrot and Agatha Christie. And that's it. 20 points in the whole quiz. 20 for Vishal. And now we come to Shantanu. Shantanu had 20 in the first half. Then he got 5 each for online shopping and Prithviraj. No, sorry. And stories not narrated by Dr. Watson. Shantanu ends on 30 points. Okay, and Sulagna had 15 in the first half. She got Capri 10 points and she got 5 more for Prithviraj. She ends on 13. Without doubt, the most, like the closest fought quarterfinal so far. But have to say major upset and have to say goodbye to Vishal Dayama and Anirban Das Gupta, two of the strongest contestants, and very well deserved to people who qualify from this quarterfinal are Shantanu and Sulagna Panigal.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Nicely done.
But this was
And
this
Sulagna.
everybody was like equal literally
Yeah,
throughout,
yeah.
right? I was like, क्या हो रहा है?
Everybody.
But Dayama was very bad.
Dayama.
Dayama का मजा नहीं
Oh,
आया.
yeah.
Dayama यार you suck today.
Second half.
Just admit it.
I am going to hobble
Yeah.
away from this quiz now.
Hobble.
But
I'll just-
great question.
You can hocus pocus away from the quiz.
I don't know why that stuck. Couldn't get out.
Bye-bye to Anirban and Vishal, and congrats to Shantanu and Sulagna. We'll see you in the semi-finals soon.
Congrats. Thank you,
Congrats.
KV.
Brother.